Hey, it's David Lindell and Brandon Lindell, and this is the Path to Purpose podcast.
This is monthly content and conversations to help you live intentionally and walk in your purpose.
We couldn't be more excited that you've joined us for this episode, and we want to make sure that you subscribe and follow us on all of our social channels so you don't miss a thing.
And if the content helps you, it would mean the world to us if you left a review and shared it with someone else you think would be strengthened by it.
We hope you love this episode of the Path to Purpose podcast.
I am Chad's friend. I'm happy about that.
Earl is the best basketball player in the room today.
Chad's the most handsome guy in the room and with the best smile. My name is Earl.
Earl is the most anointed person we've ever met.
No, we're honored to be here, and I love all of you guys so much, and everybody who's watching online. No, just kidding, right? Used to Sundays. My name is Earl, and so honored to be here. I got my best friend is my wife. We've been married going on, man, it's going to be 28 years. This
Amazing.
Upcoming May.
Absolutely incredible.
So it's gone by quick, and
Incredible.
we lead a church called Shoreline City Church in Dallas, Texas.
A great church, by the way.
Yeah.
Great
We're
church.
figuring
Amazing.
stuff out, trying to steal everything from Zoe and trying to steal everything from James River for sure.
Love it. Love it.
My name is Chad. I've been married for 16 years.
That's what, let me clap.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah. We have 4 kids, and we live in Los Angeles. And to be honest, I was just at his church recently, and that is about one of the best churches besides James River. Of course, Pastor John needs to be said. One of the best churches I've ever been to.
You're so kind
it's a
to
big
say
honor
that.
to be here with Pastor Earl and you guys.
Love it.
Amazing.
Love you
Well, we want to start things off just really setting a tone so people really understand what's what, who's who. And so if there was a 1v1 basketball competition between the
Whoa.
two of you,
Okay.
who is going to win that competition? Because both of you have a basketball background.
No, Chad. Pastor Chad is winning this hands down. I can tell you why right now. Number one, I don't want to play against him, so I'm not even showing up. I'm not even going to be there on the court. I'm not going to be there. So he's going to win that game. No doubt
We
about
met
it.
on the basketball court.
We did
by
meet
the
on the
way.
basketball court. It is true.
Tacoma, Washington, probably about 15.
No, more now.
More than that,
More
yeah,
now.
long time
'Cause
ago.
You've been in Dallas for 13 years,
Yeah.
so it was before that.
Yeah,
Yep.
long time ago. That's how we met.
Were you
Playing
on the same team on that?
basketball. No,
And-
hated him.
Understandable. On the court. Enemies on the
yeah.
court.
Who won that game?
We've been frenemies ever since.
Our wives love each other too, so it's kept our relationship strong.
That's wonderful.
Do you guys remember who won the game?
I don't remember. I know
Oh.
we were at Pastor Kevin Gerald's church during their conference, and Kent Muncie was the
Kent
one
Muncie,
that
yeah,
invited
that's
me to
right.
come play. And I just remember thinking, this guy's really athletic and fast, and I can't keep up with that. He played Division I basketball. I was like a youth pastor, like I'm really trying to play pig with the
Shout
youth.
out to all the youth pastors with
shout out
basketball
to the youth
skills.
pastor.
Yeah, I'm working my $7 youth budget. I don't know.
I love it. Well, honestly, when you think back over the last, 4 or 5 years, even the last 3 years, you guys have experience, both of you. And I think it would be helpful for the guys in this room just to hear a little bit about this journey. But you've moved in a new building. The church is growing. Got a book out. There's a lot of things happening in your life. Same thing at Zoe. I just thought it'd be cool to give like a little snapshot. What has happened in your life in the last 3 years? Just a little 50,000-foot flyover so that the leaders in this room, because there are a lot of leaders in this room, and their world might not look exactly like yours, but there's all sorts of things pressing on them. There's some of them feel like things are coming at them faster than they can process or handle. So I think giving them a little insight into your world, the last 3 years, what has that felt like, looked like? What has God done in the last 3 years?
The 50,000-foot view is anytime we've tried to take any ground and obey the Lord, it has been filled with resistance, pain, difficulty, miracles for sure, but it has definitely cost more than you think it's going to cost.
Wow.
So that's what I would say is the 50,000-foot view. I'm thankful for all the Lord has done, and that's not to be a Debbie Downer at all. It's just, even Pastor John said this to me. He goes, man, when you move into your new building, you're going to experience even some things with your staff team that some might see this as an off-ramp. And I'm like, really? Why would you see that as an off-ramp? It's time, things are going to be going
You should be
great.
excited.
Yeah, this is great times. And sure enough, these people for various reasons would begin to leave, and people that you would think, oh no, they're going to be here forever. And not that anybody's going to be here forever. You don't believe that lie. Actually, Chad taught me that. His dad told him, everybody's leaving, at some point in time.
At some point.
At some point, right? So I've been pastored and counseled well for sure. But with all that being said, you're taking these steps of faith. And I don't care if it's nonprofit world, for-profit world, family, business, athletics, it doesn't matter. If you're trying to move forward, there is going to be some resistance. Have you ever heard that book, not The Art of War, but The War of Art or something like that?
Yeah, I've heard of that, yeah.
Yeah, and I was on our Connect group yesterday, and the guy was telling me about it, and he said, the book says, anytime you try to do anything different, to try to go to another level,
Wow.
resistance is there. It was like a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like, it's not bad or good per se, it's just there.
Wow. Yeah.
Resistance is there, and it's trying to tell you, no, don't do this.
Right. Yep.
Don't take the step. Stay where you are. So we've definitely felt that, but thank God for his grace and his power. You just keep on moving through, and you trust him.
That's
and
right.
Thank God for friends and relationships that keep on pulling you through. So that's the 50,000-foot view.
That's awesome.
Sure.
Yeah, same thing. I think, I heard someone say, life is change, growth is optional, choose wisely.
Wow.
So
great.
everything around us is changing, but not everything around us is growing. So in the midst of adversity, in the midst of taking new ground, how do you try and grow? Healthy things are growing things, but growing things are changing things. So I got to adapt. I got to, I think a lot of times we fall in love with one iteration of our lives or one iteration of the business or family, but that's going to change so quickly. So I've got to adapt to this new season.
So good.
And ultimately, what am I trying to do? I'm trying to become the best version of myself, the best version of what I lead. And I Pastor Brian used to always say that, in his Australian, come on, mate, he'd always have this, your God-given potential. And that always stuck with me, that there is inside of me a God-given potential.
That's right.
And potentially I could not develop that.
Right.
Which is disastrous and disappointing. Samson is an example. Potentially he could have been the great, but he got caught up.
Yeah.
And so I want to always try and make decisions that I'm tapping into my God-given potential. I got to lean in to the new season. I always think it's amazing that out of the 12 tribes of Israel, God appointed one, the men of Issachar. Their role was to recognize the signs of the times so Israel would know what action to take.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times we don't know what to do because we don't know what season we're in.
Wow.
So I've got to identify what season am I in, because then I know what action to take. Yeah. If I don't know what God's doing in this season at this time, I just need some marching orders so I can go out and crush what's in front of me this season.
I love that.
That is so good. When you were talking about the potential piece too, I've wrestled with this one because, we're talking basketball. And in the NBA, there's a lot of different players. Some are 6'8", some are 6'10".
Spud Webb 5'6". Keep going.
5'6", exactly. Yeah. But you look at that and you go, I ask myself, God, how much can I grow?
Wow.
Like what is the potential that I have?
Yeah.
Because I could be an NBA player, but actually only be 6'3".
Yeah.
But still be in the NBA, right?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to say, Lord, I don't want to look at somebody who's 6'8" and say, I'm supposed to be 6'8".
Yeah,
I don't know that I'm
good.
going to be
Yeah,
6'8".
Yeah.
But I do want to make sure everything that's on the inside of me gets out so I die empty. Just
love
to your
that.
point.
That's right.
That's so good.
When I'm looking at family, business, whatever it is, okay, can I get one step better in this?
Yeah.
Let me take that step. I'm gonna get one step better in this. And after I do that, I go, okay, is there another step? People ask me sometimes, how large do you want your church to be? I go, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, are we 6'3"? Are we 6'5" potential? Are we 6'8" potential? I don't know what we are. Is there one more person to reach?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes. So good.
good.
Okay, let's go reach that one more person.
Yeah,
Then
it's
next
so
week,
good.
let's do the same thing again.
Come on.
And then when I'm dead, we'll figure out, how hopefully we got as tall as we could get and reached every person we were called to get. So I love that you're talking about that
So
potential.
good.
It's so beautiful.
Sorry, I'm going to get back to your questions, but just that makes me think of, for all of us, James Clear, right? He talks about the compound of consistency.
Yeah, I love that.
Greatness wasn't born in a day; it's developed daily, and so it's the daily habits and the daily decisions to develop the potential that's on the inside.
Yeah. I feel like what you guys are landing on is when you're going, and maybe God is working in your business or your church, and you're seeing growth in different areas, you can fall into a trap of comparison and pressure. And then your response to that is, well, I feel so much pressure and I'm trying to be this person, that person. I don't know where I land in that. So then your answer to that maybe is complacency because you're like, I don't want to feel that pressure. How would you guys help somebody recognize the season they're in and then respond to what God is doing in that season without falling into that comparison trap?
Whoa, that's a big one right there. You can go ahead.
No, that's you. That's
Pastor
you.
Chad.
No, that's you. That's you.
Everything I'm saying, I stole from Leadership Lean In. So
Shout out Leadership Lean In. Go listen to it.
that comparison is a killer, as we all know,
Man.
because it leads to two things, right? You're going to be arrogant or insecure. You got two roads. This is where this is going to end. Maybe you get inspired, but when you start going, well, look at his hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't see it coming. I did not see that coming.
Look at this person's that. Look at their family. Look, whatever. And we were someplace and together, and we heard somebody say, "Don't trust the summary."
Yeah. Wow.
And that was just so profound.
Yeah.
Don't trust the summary. You're looking at somebody's family. Oh, look at, they're all happy.
Yeah.
They're all together. Look at them on their family vacation. Look at all of that. Don't trust the summary.
Don't trust the summary.
It's just like you don't know the hell. I was just telling Pastor John, how our oldest son is wanting to come home from college, and he's wanting to go online, finish school online, and work at the church. And we're like, oh my gosh, we can't believe. I mean, this is like, thank you, God.
Right.
You look at that, you go, man, it's always been good. High school was terrible. It was just, and I love him, and he's got a heart of gold, and he's literally probably my best friend. I love Parker so very much. But man, I wanted to punch him in the face, put him in a headlock, put him in a ring with John Jones. I wanted to do something during that high school time. So I can't just compare.
So good.
Oh, look at you on your family vacation. I bet you don't have any problems. No, you don't know
that's right.
what people are navigating
Right.
through. But I see you still putting one foot in front of another.
Yeah,
so
so
let me just
good.
keep on trusting God, even when things are at their highest high or at their lowest low. So
That's
let
right.
me pull on the fight and that dog that's on the inside of you. And that's what you guys have, Pastor John, definitely Pastor Chad, so many other leaders in our lives and friends in our lives. I look at and I go, man, let me lean into that. So that will help me to keep on going and not quit. Because sometimes, you want to, but we're not going to.
Good.
That's right.
Yeah, I think to me, most of life is about your inner scoreboard.
Yeah.
The world would measure an outer scoreboard, of course, cars, houses, followers, so on and so forth. I think it's really about developing an inner peace, an inner confidence.
Totally agree.
And Paul was so good at this, right? Paul would say, I wouldn't boast about anything outside of the God-given influence or sphere, because it's very sovereign what God's given me. And Paul says things like, I've had to learn how to be content with a lot and how to be really excited about a little.
Yeah.
And I think that's a lot of life.
So
I've
good.
had seasons of abundance. I've had seasons of scarcity. I have seasons where things are just explosive and things where it's like, hey, wonder if you're going to show up again.
Yeah, that's right.
We've been through life. And I think Bishop Jake said one time, currently today, all of your heroes are being punched in the face.
Wow.
And I was like, thank God they're getting punched too. And why does that bring me so much thrill? Wait, Pastor John's getting punched and so am I? Praise God, I'm going to make it. I'm going to be okay.
Thank you,
The
Lord.
lie is to believe that nobody's getting punched.
Yeah.
The lie is to believe that they're doing better.
Yeah.
And I've got to wrestle the inner scoreboard to go like, man, today, help me to get my eyes on my mission field and my calling and what God's asked me to do.
So good.
I love that.
And I think that's Proverbs 4. I've always loved Proverbs 4. Proverbs 4 says, do not look to the right or to the left.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why does it say that? Because if I look to the right or left, I'm looking at shoreline like, wow. Looking at James River, like, wow. looking at, and it's just like, no, don't look to the right or left. Keep your eyes on the mission that God's called you to do.
So good.
Yeah.
Man.
I think it was Dino Rizzo said to me, love Pastor Dino, he said, I think comparison is the new porn for a lot of people.
There you go.
And because of social media, they're constantly looking at what other people have
right.
and then going, well, I don't have. Why don't I have what they have? And what you're talking about, you have to get a sense from the Lord of what God's calling is on your life.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And I just, let me just say this. I think with that, you have to be very careful because the Bible's clear about not provoking people to jealousy. And so what's crazy is we're in a culture that people want to flaunt, to provoke people into jealousy. Yeah. And so why would I fall into that? It's like, I'm walking into the trap you set for me. So I'm good. I'm not going to, you're trying to get me to be jealous. And I'm really content
I'm gonna celebrate
with the
you.
life that I got.
That's
And
so
thank
good.
God
That's
you
beautiful.
got,
Whatever.
whatever draft pick or whatever, oh, the Chiefs win again. Praise God.
Come on, everybody.
Oh, you got
wow.
Luka. You got Luka.
Great. So excited. Yeah.
The Bible talks about a root of bitterness.
I feel like you
exactly.
might have that going
Wow,
on.
you
right
guys
now.
made it to another Super Bowl. Meanwhile, Pastor John's a Denver Bronco fan. My God. You think he's
Struggling.
not dealing with stuff?
Talk about punch in the face.
Now let the weak say I'm strong. Anyways, poor I'm rich. Anyways, let's go back to your questions.
Oh, wow. The application overflows. Oh, my goodness. One of the things that I think for us in terms of watching and learning from you guys and your leadership is just how good both of you are at raising up generations of leaders so that you're not just hiring, one demographic in terms of age. You're hiring young leaders and then taking them on a journey. And I think for a lot of the people listening to this in the room and then listening to it later, that's a real challenge in this season. There's some generational shift happening. And so there are people who are like, man, I don't know how to, especially if maybe they don't relate to some of the values of Gen Z or, they're like, I don't know what is
Pilates.
going on. Yeah. So they're just trying to figure out, okay, how do I raise up these young leaders? What are some handholds maybe that you would give them in terms of how culturally you've put things in motion to help leaders mature within the organization? You're not constantly looking outside. You're actually saying, okay, these are the people God has put in my world. I'm going to raise them up.
Yeah.
How would you encourage them to think about that?
Bishop.
Stop.
Come on. This guy's so good. Honestly, when I was there at Zoe, there's leaders everywhere. Such great people.
It's true.
So Pastor Chad has done this so well. I don't know that there's a magic wand at all, but without a shadow of a doubt, we're going to choose to believe in that God-given potential that's in that individual. And I'm not going to look at you like you're lazy. I'm not going to look at you like you don't get it. I'm not going to look at you like, what's the deal? Even though I might feel that sometimes. I'm like, wait, guys, we have our Frisco campus, our campus pastor up there. He was talking about, and we have a new young team, that's around him. And he goes, man, I just realized that none of them have ever done Easter. They're all new staff members.
Wow.
They've never been on staff for that Easter season. And they were all like, whoa, what's going on here? Like, what's happening? And he's like, this is what it is. This is what we're doing here. And you're not graduating from the grind. You're not graduating from getting dirt underneath your fingernails. You're not graduating. I do think the Instagram stuff sometimes can paint a picture, right? Unintentionally, I think, of you don't really have to work all that hard. What you get to do is actually set up a camera right here, and everything moves really, really quickly. So you can have no backyard, and then you can have a backyard in just about 17 seconds. It's just like, wow, look at that. That doesn't look that difficult. Go ahead and try to redo a backyard. Go ahead and try to do that. Go ahead and try to build a church. Go ahead and try to build a team. Go ahead and try to build an organization. Go ahead and try it. It looks really easy on Instagram, but when you're in it, it does require a lot of challenge, a lot of laying down your life, a lot of sacrifice. And I do think reminding people of vision, where we're going, what we're about, why we're doing this. You signed up to something with people that were already dying to self. So now that you're in it, just so you know, you now get to be a picture of that for somebody else. What you like right here was not built in convenience. It was actually built with sacrifice.
Yeah.
So let me celebrate this and remind you that this is actually what you were drawn to in the first place. And I think you got to keep on reminding, people of that. I got to remind myself of that. But as we do it, I do think you find some diamonds, right? And they go,
That's it.
I want this. I'm going to sign up and I'm going to go all in.
Yeah.
Would you think that's?
Yeah, no, that's. I mean, I think we could clap for that. I mean,
Oh,
that's,
no. Come on.
No,
I was really looking for that.
no, but it needs to be acknowledged. You find some diamonds. I think, you started with the word belief, and I think that's where all leadership development starts. I cannot develop somebody and leverage the farm towards somebody I don't believe in.
Yeah.
And Jesus is walking down the street, and he looks up in a tree and sees a guy, and he goes, there's something on that guy.
Yeah.
He's a wee widow man, but he's got a lifted truck, but it's fine. Trying to relate cultural terms.
Yeah, that's right.
Why is your truck so big? But he sees something,
Yeah.
and he calls it out, and he goes to his house. I think the thing about working with young leaders or any leader is like they got to show you something.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than investing in somebody that doesn't want it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
You look at the stock market right now and the crash that's going on. It's like when any of us invest our money, we're trying to invest in a company we believe has potential. When I'm investing in a leader, I got to see there's potential on the other side of this investment. I think a lot of times we're developing leaders that do not want to be invested into.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're not hungry. So they got to show, are they hungry? Are they humble?
Yeah.
Do they want this? And if so, it's like Jesus takes these 12, sticks them in his back pocket for 3 years, is willing, the whole thing about leadership development, they say, is it caught or taught? Well, Jesus shows that it's both.
Yeah.
He lets them catch a bunch of stuff being around him, but then he looks at him and goes, you know why I did this, right?
Right.
So it's caught and taught.
Yeah.
And then what does he do after 3 years? You're going to have a Judas in the pile. That's all right. You're going to have a knucklehead or two. But then what does he do with his leaders? After 3 years, he sends.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times we miss that. It's like a golf swing. If the backswing is so good, but you don't get your hips through and fire all the way through, that sending is huge.
Yep.
You can't let a leader be too with you for too long.
Yeah.
At some point, we got to empower and say, now you run.
Yeah.
Now you go. So
So
I
good.
think we got to think through the whole process, but it starts with belief.
It does.
And it starts with the ability to go, I'm not going to do this for the rest of your life. For a season, you're going to be with me, and I'm going to develop you. But I got plans to send you out to go.
Yeah, that's really, really
Don't
good.
you think on
Powerful.
the generation that we're, starting with millennials, then really moving through, that some of leadership has changed to a little bit more of a conversational tone, and like you were talking about, Earl, just leading through the positive, because this generation, if they don't feel safe, then they don't feel like they will stay. So not everybody will stay, like you're saying,
Yeah.
but helping them, how do you help them understand? How do you pour into them, challenge them, be like, hey, hard work's important, like you're gonna have to do something. But at the same time, do it in a way where they can accept it for the generation. Because I think for a lot of leaders, for their young team that they're coming into their business or whatever, they're looking at it and being like, I don't even know how to talk to this generation. Like, what's the language that I can speak that they'll understand and actually want to go on the journey with?
I think that's why we need to be talking baby. Oh, you guys want to make... I'm kidding.
With your wooga wooga, you little cutie.
I'm kidding.
Does it work though?
Yeah, it doesn't work. That's the question. If it works, we
We'll
should
do
do it.
anything that works. Yeah.
We're just looking for solutions here.
Isn't authenticity so
Yeah.
attractive though?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
In a leader that look at basketball coaches. Some of them are very mean.
Man.
I mean, they'll just,
Name names.
but I mean, they'll just yell at you. But they did have to change a little bit. My coach in college years ago, I went to go see his team practicing, and I looked at him. I was like, Coach, what is going on here? You're so soft on all these guys. Now, he was getting on them a little bit, but he wasn't like, pull your head out of your, that's what he was saying to us, And it was just like, it's different. NIL. They don't like it here.
Yeah.
I already got people, they're recruiting my kids while they're on my team.
Yeah.
So if they don't like it, they're gone. So they're trying to even navigate in a new season when a student would come, I'm going to be here 4 years or maybe a one and done. But now it's like, no, I'm testing you to see if I even like it here. And if I don't, I'll bail and go someplace else. But what I think is true, if you find a leader that's authentic, you find somebody that's genuine, that really cares about you, as Chad was saying, I really believe in you. I think that pulls on something inside of a person. I think they are drawn to that. And again, not everybody's going to stick. Not everybody's going to be around. I don't think there's a magic wand, but I do think I'm going to stay the course and I'm going to keep on laying down my life. And if this person is saying, I'm willing to give it a go, I'll give it a go with you, recognizing that some of them in a little while are going to go, no, I don't want to do this anymore, which is really difficult. I mean, let's just acknowledge that when you've poured into somebody for a very long time and somebody you really care about, and they drop the ball. Chad's doing such a beautiful job bringing in scripture. And when, Jesus looks at Peter after, they lock eyes after Peter denies him. And you think, man, what did he look like? And I don't think that was a look of, man, I hate you, right? He already told him, after you've fallen away, you're going to come back. Strengthen your brothers.
Yeah, so good.
Strengthen them. So, man, I know you fell and you went another direction. I still believe in you. And there's just something about that. So, again, I wish it was cookie cutter, but it is not at all. It is so messy. But if I can keep being true to who I am and not try to change who I am, and all of a sudden I'm wearing different clothes and I'm wearing different, I'm talking different. What's up, dog? And that's all this stuff. I'm not gonna do that. I don't say dog. I don't say what's up, bro. If I don't say that, then I'm not gonna say that. I want to make sure you can trust me.
Yeah,
that's right.
And if you can trust me, I think we can go on the long haul together.
Good.
Well, if you would start saying "What's up, dog?" more, I would really love that. So just personally, maybe shifting gears just a little bit before we wrap up this conversation. Every leader in this room, God is, has a specific assignment for them, and they're all leaders. So God is going to speak to them about what they're leading. God is going to speak to them about the season they're leading in. And one of the values of this time and this conversation is for them to hear what God is speaking to you in this season. So maybe as we wrap up this conversation, what is something God is teaching you or speaking to you in this season? I love Pastor Chris Hodges will say, if I don't get a word from God at least every 3 days, something's wrong. God is God talks to people.
Yeah. Right.
And so as leaders, you guys are leading at a very high level. What's something that God is speaking to you right now, teaching you that you would share with the guys in this room?
Well, I think two things jump out right away. Yesterday, we read in Proverbs, the lips of the righteous will nourish many.
Wow.
Amen.
And I just paused. And I thought about how powerful our words are. Let me say it again. The lips of the righteous will nourish. So I just thought about that word nourish. And how many times you speak to a leader, you speak to somebody in your life, and it's feeding you.
Yeah.
It's like a great meal. That's the whole thing about church, right? It's like I came to church and I got fed. But I think our families need that.
Yeah.
I think our friendships need
That's
that.
right.
I think
So
our coworkers need that.
Yeah.
The lips of the right. And you just think about, James says, it's this little itty bitty member of the body. And man, can it start a forest fire.
Yeah.
So what do you want your mouth to do? Start fires or feed many?
Yeah, so good.
We just got done, we're just continuing our efforts. I shouldn't say done. We have been, for the last couple months, feeding people in LA after the fires. Yeah. And you think about Brennan, who's with us, who leads our Zoe Cares. Clap for my friend Brennan Cassidy.
We love him.
He's been leading the efforts, working with a Convoy of Hope. Last Saturday, him and his team fed 1,000 people in LA.
Wow.
Awesome.
And you look at the lines, some are in their cars, some are walking up, and we've got food for them, we've got supplies for them. But the lips of the righteous will nourish many people.
So good.
So I just been thinking about my heart, because if I can't allow God to heal and restore my heart, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth.
Yes, speaks.
Yeah.
So whatever's in here is coming out.
That's right.
So I got to make sure I let God do a great work on my heart.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing worse than somebody that's got the right words with the wrong heart.
Wow.
Right.
Let's go back to Judas. Judas is like, why is this money being spent? He had all the right words, but his heart was still for himself. So I got to let God do a mighty work in my heart.
good.
Yeah.
And the second thing, just character, making sure that my character is a reflection of God's values. I've really been landing on how important the development of character really is for all of us.
That is so powerful. Man, it's so life-giving. This guy, when he came to our church too, your Bible reading plan has been sweeping through all the single adults in such a powerful way. So thank you so much. Because you can see Pastor Chad, his heart, he's on his knees, right? He's like having time with the Lord, and that's what is coming out. I think for me, for sure, what the Lord has been, kind of shaking me with is all this internal stuff as well. Ezra chapter 10, all the people are beginning to turn. Ezra's weeping bitterly because he's seen that the nation has gone the wrong way. And a guy steps up. I can't say his name properly, but he's like, hey, we've done all these wrong things, but there's still hope, for Israel. There's still hope. And you keep on reading down in that chapter, and it starts naming the people who married foreign women, which was not about an issue of ethnicity. It was an issue about idolatry and religious worship. So they get down, and they says, okay, from the group of the priests, and they give the names. From the group of the Levites, and they give the names. Other leaders in the land, and they give the names. And I'm like, wow, the whole nation got off because the Levites, the priests, and the leaders started going their own direction. So I'm like, Lord, would you work in here?
That's great.
I don't want anybody who is with me, following me, in my family, to get off because I'm choosing to marry something I shouldn't be marrying.
Yeah, good.
Wow.
And just trying, that song, the Jesus Have It All song. I've been listening to the Bethel version of that off their new album.
Great.
It is on repeat. And I'm just saying, Jesus, have it all, have it all, have it all, have it all, have it all. I'm honored to be able to speak here. But at the end of the day, Jesus, I just want you to have this part of me.
Right.
Thank you for my beautiful wife and my kids. Thank you. But my first place is making sure you have it all. I want this relationship with you to be the center of my life. Beautiful. And I think for every leader, marketplace, athlete, wherever you are, pastor, that is where it starts for us. Yeah. And if that can stay pure and right, again, I think everything flows from there. And we can live our lives for God's glory.